Good morning!
I am Carla Gwen Pagasian,
And I am Sheldian Ita,
and we are here to explain what is rock and its three main types, which are sedimentary, igneous, and metamorphic rocks.
But first, Carla, what is rock?
Rock is a solid mass of geological materials. Geological materials include individual mineral crystals, inorganic non-mineral solids like glass, pieces broken from other rocks, and even fossils. The geological materials in rocks may be inorganic, but they can also include organic materials such as the partially decomposed plant matter preserved in coal. A rock can be composed of only one type of geological material or mineral, but many are composed of several types. Now that I explained what rock is, Shello, can we now explain the difference between the three main types of rocks?
Sure, there are three main types of rocks. These are the igneous, sedimentary, and metamorphic rocks. Each of these rocks are formed by physical changes such as melting, cooling, eroding, compacting, or deforming that are part of the rock cycle. Let's first know what is the igneous rock. Igneous rock comes from the Latin word ignis, which means fire. It is formed through the cooling and solidification of magma or lava. Aside from temperature of the magma, pressure also contributes to the formation of igneous rocks. Studying this rock type is like studying magma since igneous rock come from cooled magma. Extrusive and intrusive are the two types of igneous rock. As you can see in the picture, extrusive rocks forms when magma or volcanic fragments erupt and solidify on Earth's surface, which results the very fine-grained rock with very small crystals that could not be seen through naked eye. It is also known as a volcanic rock. Examples of extrusive rocks are obsidian, andesite, and pumice. Intrusive rocks, on the other hand, forms when magma crystallizes within the crust and is composed of medium to coarse grains. It is also known as a plutonic rock. Diorite, granite, and pegmatite are the example of intrusive rocks. Now, I will let Carla to explain the sedimentary rocks.
Thank you for that, Shello. Next, we will go to sedimentary rocks. Sedimentary rocks were formed from organic, mechanical, or chemical sediments. A process called lithification is where hardened sediments become sedimentary rocks. Sand, silt, and organic materials are the components of a lithified soil. In contrast to igneous rocks, the heat needed for lithification is less intense. In addition to heat, compaction and cementation also play a role in this process. When sediments are smashed together, it's called compaction. In this picture, you can see in before that there are large space between the particles, but in the second picture, there are less empty space, and that's because of the pressure of the rock above that compact the rock and soil. After the sediments have been compact, cementation occurs. Since most sediments can be found in water, water molecules are present in between particles. The various dissolved minerals present in the surrounding water will eventually fall out and attach to the sediment grains. Therefore, cementation acts as glue that binds the particles together. An example of how the sedimentary rocks are formed in this picture. Eroded sediments end up in the water and begin to settle. With time, more layers pile up and presses down the lower layers. More layers and further compaction forces out water from the layers. Salt crystals glue the layers together. Rock mass form is sedimentary. Sedimentary rocks are classified into clastic or non-clastic. Clastic sedimentary rocks are made up of sediments from pre-existing rocks. When pre-existing rocks are physically weathered and eroded, they form sediments called clasts or detritus, which are composed of individual minerals or rock fragments. When these sediments are transported, deposited, and lithified, they form the clastic sedimentary rocks. Non-clastic sedimentary rocks can be biological, chemical, or a combination of both. Biological sedimentary rocks are lithified accumulation of dead organisms. Examples include coal and limestone. Chemical sedimentary rocks form from chemical precipitation. An example is rock salt formed when dissolved salts precipitate from a solution. Other examples are gypsum, chert, and travertine. Can we go now to the last type, Shallow?
Yes, the last one is the metamorphic rocks. Metamorphic rocks are rocks that have been altered, changed, or transformed in the solid state due to changes in pressure, temperature conditions, and chemical actions of hot fluids. Metamorphism is a process of mineral assemblage and texture variation that results from the physical-chemical changes of solid rocks, caused by factors such as crust movement, magma activity, or thermal fluid change in the earth. Contact and regional metamorphism are the two main scales at which metamorphism can occur. Contact metamorphism occurs only at a local area adjacent to large intrusions and along fractures that are in contact with hot fluids. Contact metamorphism is most effective at narrow zones, specifically at the contact between the host rock and intrusive magma or hot fluids. It's more on heat. Regional metamorphism may happen when there is a widespread migration of hot gases or condensation throughout a region. Another condition that may result to this is the presence of extreme pressure and heat due to deep burial or tectonic movements of rock. It's more on pressure. Let's talk about the two types of metamorphic rocks. The first one is the foliated metamorphic rock. It is formed when parallel planes of platy or elongated minerals were realigned due to the effects of pressure and recrystallization, creating what is called as foliations. Examples are schist, gneiss, and pillite. Second, non-foliated metamorphic rocks. It do not have layered appearance. Examples are marble, quartzite, and anthracite.
To better understand our topic, we will show you a rock cycle that shows that all rocks are related to each other. It all starts when magma cool and form igneous rocks.
Next is when the igneous rocks turns into sediments because of weathering and erosion.
Sediments will turn into sedimentary rock because of compaction and cementation.
Lastly, because of the heat and pressure, metamorphic rocks will form that once it melts, it forms magma again and the cycle continue.
Now that we are done explaining, I hope that you learned something. Once again, this is Carla
and this is Shello.
Thank you for watching and have a great day ahead.